Hey guys, what is up? So after applying and trying tons of foreign brokers over the past 6 months and having traded US stocks and ETFs, I'm finally able to condense all that 6 months of experience into this one video for you. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time already, so this is it. This is the video. Today I'll be comparing 7 foreign brokers, which are TradeStation Global, which is part of Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade Singapore, FSMOne Singapore, Tiger Brokers, local Malaysian and Singapore banks, as well as eToro. Just to note, of all the 7 brokers, I have not tried Tiger Brokers, but since everyone is talking about it right now, so I thought why not put into this comparison for you. So for the sake of comparison, I will be breaking down this video into 9 sections. First, when is the broker incorporated? Second, where is it listed? Is it listed on any public market? 3, what about the licensing and regulatory information? 4, what are the available stock markets to be traded? 5, how about its brokerage fee? 6, are there any minimum balance required? 7, the account opening period or how long you take to get your account ready. 8, what about the platform user experience? And 9, I'll be comparing the pros and cons of each broker. And at the very end of this video, I'll be sharing with you which broker am I currently actively using, and as well as helping you to choose your broker, because hey, not everyone has the same preference as me, right? So although I would totally encourage you to stick until the end of this video, but feel free to skip according to the timestamps down in the description box below. And with that said, smash that like button for me, and without further ado, let's jump right into the content. So to begin with, I've tabled down my content into a few slides and I've highlighted in red for the losers of each category, just for you to be aware of. Firstly, we look at the incorporation year. As you can see, most of the brokers here have a very long track record in this business, except for Tiger Brokers and eToro. Tiger Broker in specific is only incorporated a few years back ago in 2014 and only operational in 2015. As for their listings, TradeStation Global, or part of IBKR, is not listed, but it is partnered with Interactive Brokers, which they both share the same platform. Interactive Brokers is listed under Nasdaq with a market cap of around 21 billion US dollars. As for TD Ameritrade Singapore, it is recently acquired by Charles Schwab, also another giant bank in the United States, and has a market cap of around 77 billion US dollars. For FSMOne Singapore, it is a subsidiary of iFast Corporation Limited with a market cap of around 720 million US dollars. For Tiger Brokers, it is a subsidiary of Up Fintech Holding Limited listed on Nasdaq with a market cap of around 700 million US dollar as well. For Malaysian and Singaporean local banks, oh well, they are all listed in their own exchange respectively. But just to note here, you are not actually owning any US stocks if you buy them through your local banks, as the way they operate is buying shares via their own omnibus. Hence why their brokerage fee is so high due to the many layers, but more on that later. And lastly, eToro, it is not a listed entity, and in my opinion is the least secure broker in this list if I were to put that into context. Next, we look at the licensing and regulatory. So this is where people concerns the most. In general, all of the brokers here are regulated by top financial authorities in the world. Just because it is not licensed or regulated by the Securities Commission of Malaysia or the Monetary Authority of Singapore does not mean it is not safe to invest in them. However, since I am mainly planning to hold US stocks through them, I would prefer them to be at least regulated in the United States, such as the Securities Investor Protection Corporation (SIPC), or Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation (FDIC). And in this case, Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade Singapore, and Tiger Brokers are the clear winners right here. So just a small note, Tiger Brokers actually have their US stocks held by Interactive Brokers, so I hope that will give you a little bit of comfort. For the available stock market, I'm not exactly fussy about this because my main objective is to buy US stocks, but any extra market is an added bonus. From here, everybody does the job well, except for TD Ameritrade, which focuses only in the United States. If this is a need for you to hold stocks from other markets, then feel free to skip this one. But just because it offers only the US market does not mean it is bad. In fact, it is neck and neck with Interactive Brokers when it comes to the amount of ETFs offered in the United States. Next, we look at the brokerage fee, and this is where things get interesting. Let's go through this one by one since I think we are all mostly interested in this. TradeStation Global charges a minimum of $1.50 per transaction, and Interactive Brokers charges a minimum of 35 cents only per transaction. Crazy low, but with a huge drawback. You must trade at least $10 a month or have a portfolio net worth of more than 100,000 US dollars, else you will be charged with a $10 per month inactivity fee. For TD Ameritrade, rejoice, it is free. For FSMOne Singapore, it charges $8.80 per transaction, which is considerably high. For Tiger Brokers, since they are holding US stocks via Interactive Brokers, they will charge you a minimum of $1.99 per transaction. For local Malaysian and Singapore banks, they charge a hefty $25 per transaction, and on top of that, they charge you a very bad foreign currency exchange rate. For eToro, on face value, it is free, but they actually charge you the difference between the market price and your buy price. So just to keep note of that. Next, we look at the minimum balance required, or the net portfolio value. This section only applies to TradeStation Global as well as Interactive Brokers. With TSG, you will need to deposit a minimum 1,000 US dollars and maintain that at all times to avoid paying that $10 per month inactivity fee. Likewise, with Interactive Brokers, you will need a minimum of 100,000 US dollars in the account, else you will be charged with $10 per month inactivity fee. The other brokers don't have any minimum balance requirement, but just to note that you should not deposit too little each time, else you will be incurring more fee due to the foreign currency exchange. Next, we look at the account opening process. For TSG and Interactive Brokers, no problem, I got it all done within 1 week. For TD Ameritrade Singapore, just to put things in context, it took them a whole 3 months to even reply to my initial application, and on top of that, I need to furnish them extra documents as well as take the Singapore Exchange online quiz because I'm not qualified for the customer's account review CAR form because I'm a Malaysian. So that itself took me additional 2 hours, and until now it's been 1 month and they have not replied to me at all. So if you really want to trade with TD Ameritrade Singapore, be prepared to wait for at least 3 to 5 months. And just to give you another example, one of the farmers from the Lawyat forum mentioned that his application since February this year has not been replied yet. So there you go, it's almost 9 months since February. So let's jump right back into it. FSMOne Singapore, very simple application. I got it all done within 1 week as well. For Tiger Brokers, I've not opened this one, but from my research, it can be done within a week. For local banks, it will usually take 2 to 4 weeks to get your account ready. For eToro, within 1 week because everything is done online. Pretty slick and simple. Next, we look at the platform user experience. For this, since Interactive Brokers and TD Ameritrade Singapore is meant for advanced traders and investors, the platform is not so beginner friendly, but in return it offers one of the most detailed and comprehensive analysis you can ever ask for. For FSMOne Singapore, the platform is really nice and smooth to use with real-time data from TradingView, so I really like this one. Sometimes I will hop on FSMOne because it has a very low latency. For Tiger Brokers, I've not used it myself, but from online research it seems to be able to match what most of the advanced brokers offer. So that's a good thing. For local banks, I say it looks like the Internet Explorer from 20 years ago, and the platform is really bad for global trading purpose, and it offers very limited analysis features. For eToro, hands down, this app experience is the best. Simple, clean, straight to the point. But in return, it offers very little analysis reports and announcements. So now let's move on to the potentially deal-breaking section of this entire video, which is the pros and cons in summary. TradeStation Global, it offers a very cheap brokerage fee with a very fast account opening process and one free withdrawal every month, and its most underrated one, spot rate foreign currency exchange, which traditional banks can't beat. The only drawback is there's no fractional shares trading feature. If you want that, you have to go for the Interactive Brokers, which is similar to TradeStation Global, but its main drawback is the inactivity fee of $10 per month. For TD Ameritrade Singapore, it is on paper the best platform you can ever have to trade in the US market, but the main drawback is the account opening process takes too long and you have to pay $25 each withdrawal, plus it is only limited to the US market only. For FSMOne Singapore, it offers very fast account opening with the flexibility to invest in a ton of global unit trusts and mutual funds. But the drawback is it is not the cheapest ones. For Tiger Brokers, it offers global market trading at a very cheap brokerage fee with a very fast account opening process. However, it might turn off some as it is still a relatively new fintech company. For the local banks, their only pro here, which may be the deal breaker for many people, is the sense of security because you can walk into any of its physical branches. Apart from that, it is theoretically worse off in every other aspects. And last, we have eToro. It offers a unique copy trading feature, and overall, it has the best user experience for casual traders and investors. But you are not owning actual stocks, plus it has shady account for deposit and withdrawal purposes, and it offers very limited ETFs for you to invest. So if you are looking for ETFs like ARK Invest, then you can skip this one. So with all of that said, I hope it gives you a better idea of the options that you have, and if it did, help me smash the like and subscribe button down below because this video took me hours and hours of research as well as months and months of trying them. So on my personal preference, if you haven't guessed it already, I'll be using the TradeStation Global Interactive Brokers to trade foreign stocks, and for a few good reasons. Number one, Interactive Brokers is one of the world-renowned brokers out there, and they have been in the business for a long time already, so that gives me the comfort of its stability. Number two, for the securities of my money, because Interactive Brokers is backed by the Securities Investor Protection Corporation (SIPC) for a maximum coverage of up to $500,000. And since it is not tied to a bank like Lehman Brothers, it has a lower chance of bankruptcy. And even if it did bankrupt, I will be able to recover my capital faster than any broker which are tied to banks. Number three, Interactive Brokers offers a very low brokerage fee. And I'm usually a buy and hold type of investor where I buy usually once a month, so $1.50 a month really doesn't matter to me in the long run. Number four, the account opening process was phenomenal, and it took me less than 1 week to get my account ready and funded. And if there's anything, the customer service will contact you very quickly and get it sorted out within days. Number five, the advanced features offered on this platform. I know this may be very daunting for any beginner investors out there, but trust me, try to go for platforms that offer you more features because down the road, you're gonna learn more and you're gonna know how to use more features. And when it comes to that point, you will be able to appreciate all the features and functions, plus the market reports that it offers to you. So really, there's no one size fits all. What's best for me may not be the best for you. If you insist to trade fractional shares and want commission-free brokerage, then feel free to go for TD Ameritrade. But the downside is you have to wait for a very long time for your account to get open. If you are still really worried about the online brokers going bankrupt, but you do not want to pay that $25 per trade transaction fee, then I would suggest you to go for FSMOne Singapore. If you are just a casual investor and the user interface matters most to you, but you don't mind the least regulated platform, then by all means go for eToro. But in my opinion, if you want the best deal in town, then TradeStation Global, part of IBKR, is the jack of all trade that you have been looking for because it packs all the features that I've mentioned earlier. So that is all for today's video. Moving forward, I'll be making on more videos to show you how to start and fund your Interactive Brokers account. So hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out any of that juicy content. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and if it did, feel free to share it with your friends, your Facebook pages or your Facebook groups, and all of that good stuff. With all said and done, I really hope Malaysia comes out with a broker that provides us better pricing and flexibility when it comes to trading foreign shares. But for the meantime, those are the options that we have right now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Stay safe, stay invested, and as usual, I will see you in the next one.